Hello, Emily, and nice to meet you in virtual space. Um, I know you have some concerns about what's to come next, and I want to work with you closely, and I would like to offer to you as well as to any other student um, either Skype session or phone chat, whatever it takes to encourage you and to point you in the right direction. Anyway, this will be some video feedback for your wireframes and also for 3.3 and 3.2, which are your milestones. Hang in there. Now, these are, I had said alternately, I guess, that you could do detailed sketches of your pages, static presentations, we used to call them, just like this, and that's fine. Just know that they have to be flexible, and as you move on in the course, try viewing your uploaded pages on your small device, your phone, your cell phone, or if you have a tablet of some kind. In general, I think you've got what you have is beautiful, and I can understand your frustrations about how do you get there. Any one of these is, I think, appropriate. I particularly like this simple one, that bleeds off all four sides. It seems like it would be very adaptable to a wide variety of screen formats and platforms. This one is with the navigation at the bottom. I think is probably my least favorite. It seems to me that it might get lost depending on what it's seen on. And this one, which I imagine are these links repeated up here. No, I see. This is more stuff for the footer then, right? That could, you could apply this to probably this third one, just maybe down at the bottom. But I don't know. I like the cleanliness of that. So that is my preference from among your wireframes. Now you're going to use the div tag in CSS to position things, and I know that this has been a hurdle for many. And so I want you to, if you can, post any questions you have, frustrations in the general questions discussion board. Already there, I think Mandy Sloan has posted some videos that she found useful, and she's had the same issues you have. So check out the general discussions board for those helpful HTML videos. Emily, this is great. This fulfills the rubric. The rubric has two criteria. One is, style has been added to the heading using the chosen client's color palette. And I see that you've used not only in the background but also in your type here the palette colors, the corporate palette colors. And then the other criteria of the rubric was, have you been able to upload it? And I see that you have. You've secured a web host and you've been able to upload it. Now, when I look at your code, which I can do by hitting Option Command U, it might be different on your platform. Here's what I see. Now, I want you to know that nothing is for free, right? So what WebHost has done is they have placed this what's called host code, and it makes your web page visible to search engines. But it also adds a lot of, really mystifying stuff. So don't worry about this. It's placed there by WebHost. But everything else looks good. You've got your embedded style sheet up here in between the head tags. That's where it belongs. You've got some commenting left over from last week. You are calling for Clinic Slab Bold. This might need to be in quotations here, okay? And so that looks good. Now, at this point, I would expect to see a list of pages with URLs. So start to think about dummy pages and creating, blank, if anything, placeholder pages for the other parts of your website. But good going on uploading and coding or formatting your type. Emily, this is about as clear a visual file management diagram as I can imagine, and you have it looks like just exactly right. So ideally, you're going to have directories label these same things on your web host server. But that looks great. It really does. Okay, Emily, this is atypical. It's for me, it's refreshing since it's not one of those typical branching hierarchical diagrams. And the nature of the web really isn't hierarchical, but somehow it's easier to imagine websites that way, with the home page being sort of the parent page, and then subsidiary, I guess, pages beneath that. But there really is no hierarchy in the way people navigate websites. So that's kind of a false suggestion of hierarchy. So you understand it much more as where everything is equal, all links are equal, and suggest a web-like network better, I think, to me, the way you've got it. And also the other thing I like about this is you've used some of the corporate visual assets in your presentation, such as I think this is the Clinic slab, which is one of the corporate typefaces. Presumably this is one of the corporate colors too. I think sounds like that you are aware of creating a package, some collateral to present to a prospective client. That would be some static items such as your web page sketches. Perfect. I know the back end of things intimidate a lot of us, but really you will be able to position your ingredients as you have in those detailed sketches. So I want to encourage you, and in the next couple of weeks, don't hesitate to reach out, post in the general discussions, especially for when it comes to things that are near and dear to graphic designers, such as being able to precisely position text and imagery, as well as successful typography. So general discussion boards, any questions are welcome there. Now, one thing I'm not seeing, and I'm sure you're acutely aware of this, and that is a coded sitemap. That will be a simple list of pages in your website, and you can take a look at the video feedback on wireframes I gave to some of the earlier recipients. Who has a very clear sitemap that she's made into a navigation scheme is Mandy Sloan. So take a look at her wireframes and my video response, and that should put you on the next, in the right direction for the next step, which is to create a navigation. Don't get discouraged, Emily.